We are here with Alex Lowe. Hello, Alex.
Hello there, chaps.
Are you doing all right?
Yeah, great, thanks. Looking forward to tonight.
It should be good. This
Only
must.
15 minutes to go.
It's very exciting. Probably not the right time to do an interview.
No.
But we like to challenge ourselves.
Yes.
We were going to ask you how you started doing Barry from Watford as a character.
Ah, well, yes. I used... Oh, blimey. Well, I started phoning Ian Lee, my mate Ian Lee. I used to do the 11 o'clock show with Ian Lee. And then I did a show on XFM, sort of Sunday show. And Ian phoned up me a couple of times with his one comedy voice, which sounds a lot like him, really, and tried to catch me out. So when he started doing a phone-in show, which is the normal way of doing a phone-in show as opposed to carrier pigeon, smoke signals, I phoned in as this elderly man and said, and the first one was about... He was asking, how do you get rid of slugs? What's the formula? I said, well, it's probably a famous one is beer. You must have that beer drowning them in beer. And the other way that it always never fails is a squirt of my wife's perfume. One whiff of my wife's Charlie, and they're all falling. They're turning their backs up, dying. And after a while of doing this, people thought it was from the start, they thought it was a real old man. Yeah. Mm. And so we just did it to death. Then he moved to Absolute Radio, and we used to do it on there. And I did an Edinburgh show about Barry, and then about sort of 3 years ago, started doing it on the circuit with my prosthetic face. Yeah. And still going now.
Was that the first time you did it with the... I can't even say that word. Prosthetic, that's the word.
Just to illustrate.
I am an actor.
Prosthetic. I can say it.
The first time...
When you did the live circuit, was that the first time you did it?
Yes, I did at Edinburgh Festival, and my brilliant prosthetics bloke, Aaron Sherman, who made prosthetics for French and Saunders.
You're showing off now, because you can say that.
And, he made Max Headroom and these sort of things.
Yeah,
young people remember Max Headroom, but he was a kind of TV phenomenon. It's another word I can say. And so I did it for Edinburgh and spent a lot of money on these prosthetics, and now I'm kind of stuck with it because it's such a pain putting the thing on and taking it off.
But it looks great. I mean, remember the first time you came to do Mostly for us, and seeing you arrive and then disappearing and then coming back as the character. I mean, it looks really great. So it's worth the effort, surely.
It sort of is, and without being too pretentious, it really is that thing of hiding behind a mask, and you feel very secure. And also, the time it takes me to put it on, you have a chance to really get in the zone and sort of think about what you're about to do. Yeah.
Do you prefer people call you Barry when you're in the mask, or do you kind of talk to... Actually, when you first came to Mostly, I was very aware all of a sudden you had this mask on. Should I call you Alex? Should I call you Barry? I didn't know how to...
Well, I don't really mind either way, because... I'm intelligent enough to realise
they're not real. But there are people, aren't there, that do that. I know, like Steve Coogan with Alan Partridge is very much like that, isn't he?
Yeah, and Lee Francis, and also, you won't remember these people, but Hinge and Brackett.
I remember them.
Well, I did a radio with one of them who, used to do Ember Cream, dear, Ember Cream, and he wore the whole gear for a radio series. And I remember being sort of incredulous and saying to Felix Dexter, basically, he's wearing all the gear. And he said, no, but why does that surprise you? I thought, I'll keep my trap shut.
Well, I suppose that goes back into things like Educating Archie, when they used to have a guy with a ventriloquist dummy on the radio.
Really?
Yeah, which is...
Well, did you see him on film? He couldn't do it.
Did he really?
He had the one with the
that's why
cigar.
Did he just talk, essentially?
So that's why.
Yeah, fair enough.
But, I mean, the mask is kind of... that's kind of part of it.
But you do some characters without, don't you? Like is it Damon from the...
Damon, I've done Damon for a while.
That's a great character.
Damon, I think I'm getting a bit too old to do Damon, but I did that with Christian O'Connell's show and live at Leicester Square. But I mean, that you really helped by having an audience who already know it from the radio. Similar with Barry. Yeah. People can forgive a lot. Yeah. I mean, I did a birthday party at Spitalfields last Saturday, and I turned up and people seemed to know all this back catalogue of Barry on the radio, which was really flattering. Yeah. And then I got on stage and they said, really take the mickey out of our mate. There was some kind of quite posh boys. Really go to town, really take the mickey. It's not something I do. Yeah. But I think when I started to do the kind of slightly nastier, taking the piss stuff, was an air of, oh no, that's actually not the Barry we know.
Oh,
you
really?
know? Yeah. So it's quite nice that people kind of sort of know the character.
Yeah.
But you have to be careful. And it's that whole thing of judge the room, play the room. Don't just play the material.
Also, I think Barry has a really cutting glare as well as a thing you do when someone speaks that really sort of looks
very much like you're doing.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
But it's really great though.
Because I can't think of anything to say.
Well, I wondered if that was the case, but it doesn't come across like that.
No.
But it's really, I guess that's how good the character is, and also the prosthetics.
Yeah, I don't really like talking to the audience terribly much. I'm an actor rather than a stand-up. I like to do my material, get my head down, do the material, go.
And is it much easier, do you find, doing it with the Barry character than doing the other stuff because of the sort of...
Only because I've honed the Barry thing.
Yeah.
I would love to come up with some other characters, really. But also it's cost me so much money with prosthetics.
Yeah.
I can't just jettison that and think of something new.
Yeah,
Do you have to keep getting new ones made all the time?
I do, it's very expensive, and also what's more, we've been using the same mould that goes into a kiln. This is very boring for your listeners.
That's good. But
it's
fascinating.
It's the same mould we've been using for about 6 or 7 years, and it's now being held together by sort of big nuts and bolts and stuff, because it's not the thing is not designed to keep going into a kiln over and over again.
So is Barry becoming more and more malformed with each pass?
Only if you look close up. But my prosthetics guy is in the process of making another one, a new mould.
Because it looks quite different from what it first did, didn't it? Because I've seen pictures of you maybe doing your first Edinburgh or something, and it's quite a different sort of get-up from what I remember. I don't remember so much of the prosthetics, but more just... I'm sure I've seen a picture of you on the phone or something.
Yeah, there's I've seen one online.
No, that thing on the phone, I didn't have any prosthetics.
All right.
That was a terrible design for a poster that I came up with.
Oh, okay.
And it just looked I mean, anyone who went to Edinburgh and saw those horrible teeth with a moustache, you just go, well, I don't want to go and see that.
Did they go? Did they come or not come? Or?
No, they didn't come.
Oh, well, that would be why.
There you are, you see. And then, I think I had the photos done before I had the prosthetics.
Okay. But then I remember when you did our summer special, I think maybe it was the year before last, and we had Cunt and the gang on the same night.
Yes.
And he was very, very excited that you were there because he's a very big fan of you. And I could see the excitement in his eyes because you were running through the stuff on the stage before you put all the gear on.
Yeah.
He was like a little kid, wasn't he? Very
really?
happy to see. Yeah.
Oh God! Well, that's good. I'm delighted to hear that.
There is a sort of excitement though, watching you do the voice without any stuff on your face. It's very.
Well, maybe I should do that.
It'd be easier.
Maybe I should.
Maybe that's it. Slowly make him younger. Just get gradually younger.
I am getting older. Maybe I won't have to use it.
Yeah.
I mean, God, it would be so much easier. I've got to sit through there in what is, let's be honest, it's a workshop, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's what we call backstage at the Market Theatre, but it's
backstage.
It's, technically, it's backstage, but. That's where
technically, the technical doesn't really come into it.
No,
there's nothing very technical.
Though, when you've been with us before, you've been in pub toilets and disabled
toilets. That's just privately. Let's not bring that. That's what we met. That's No, I have. I've been in that kitchen at
that pub that we went to, the George. Yeah,
we went to.
We went to where we were
around a comedy club. For
yeah. No, I mean, I always enjoy working with you too.
It's always good to have you.
Yeah. Well, we were talking about earlier about your television pilot you did recently. How was that, making that transition onto... I mean, I know you've done TV stuff before as Barry, but to actually do something where the character was within a story and everything, how was that nice to go, right, here we go, I can actually...
Yeah, it was nice. I have, to be fair, done what I've done about... Well, I've done 2 other TV pilots and a radio pilot.
Oh, cool.
And pilots on paper that I've kind of never... seen the camera at the end of the day.
Right.
So it didn't feel like, oh, this is my great opportunity, here we go.
Yeah.
It felt a bit like, I've got to get it right at some point.
Yeah.
But also, I mean, the great thing was I was writing with Fraser Steele, who writes for Jonathan Ross.
Oh, yeah.
And coincidentally, his wife produced it for Baby Cow.
Okay.
And so... it was kind of a professional enterprise, and there was quite a decent budget.
Yeah.
And we started working on it ages ago to have, we had lots of meetings and we fine-tuned it. I think some of the other people in that series of Common Ground who were trying stuff didn't have so long to get it together with their stuff. So yeah, it was great to do, lovely to do, and great to have the time to do it.
Yeah.
And also they gave us, quite a few days to get it together.
Right. How long were you shooting it over?
Well, we probably had about 4 days shooting. I hate to say for anyone listening who only had one day.
Okay.
But it just needed it, you know.
Yeah,
I mean,
Yeah.
the other thing is you do lose an awful lot of time by doing the mask and the makeup. So it's
Right.
not like you just turned up, put on a costume and...
Yeah, yeah. How long does that take normally? I guess you're taking
If I'm
more
doing
time then.
TV, it can take 3 hours.
Right.
And then my prosthetics guy's always prodding and pushing and putting bits in and filling bits in with filler, because on an HD camera, God, you
Yeah.
can
Oh,
see
yeah, of
every
course.
last thing.
Yeah.
So, yeah, no, it was great, and I mean, it would be lovely to make a series. Who knows?
Yeah. Let's hope it does.
Fingers crossed.
Oh yeah.
And on that note,
We better stop. Yeah.
so
Oh
thank you
God!
for speaking to
There's
us.
time to go on. Don't make me do it.
You have to do it.
All right.
Yes.
Okay. Bye bye, listeners.